There's a difference between separators and spacers. They both create space. I think a lot of people, when they hear the word spacers, they usually are referring to expanders. Well, in order to get an expander in, the traditional kind, the one that gets glued in, the first step is to create space between the anchor teeth, all right? You need anchor teeth in order to glue in the device. Check out our other expander videos, all right? We even have some other separator videos, but this is a cool video. Nice close up, good detail of what it's like to get a separator placed in between your teeth. Depending on what your needs are, you may need separators in different positions. They may go around baby teeth or they may go around permanent teeth. That right there, the blue circles, those are called separators. That is a separator plier. We're gonna try and put a separator in between there, and there. I'm pointing it with the scaler. Yes, those two spots. So you need to put a separator in where the teeth are touching each other, right? So if there's no tooth next to it on the back side or the front side, then you can't put a separator there. So we use this plier, we stretch out the separator, so it gets skinnier so it can slip in. Sometimes it's, you know, depending on who you are, some of you people out there have like super tight contact. It's really hard to get it down there, and there's another world of separators that you can use. But in our case, we typically can make the separator really thin, and then we put pressure on in between the teeth, kind of rock it back and forth, and then voila, it drops all the way in. And look, you can see, not even just in the mirror, but you can see as you look into the patient's mouth right there, that separator is not dangling. The separator shouldn't be dangling. It should be like right along, like flush. It should almost be flush with the tooth. Okay, now the next one, a lot of pressure. Sometimes you feel a little click. Look at that, now two are in. Bada bing, bada boom. We got one in the front around the 6-year molar, and one in the back. We don't always use that tooth, but that is a very common tooth to use for around or to separate, because you put bands or those metal rings around them for whether it's for braces or expanders or other appliances. Now we're gonna do the other side. Some people have referred to the sensation of getting a separator in the mouth as like feeling like something stuck in between your mouth, and that's true because there is something literally stuck in your mouth. Ooh, did you see that? Actually, that can happen sometimes. That's why we try to protect ourselves. The separator can snap. It doesn't happen very often, but don't be alarmed. Be alarmed, all right? Hopefully the tool doesn't poke you, but it can happen. So we try to be really careful. And if it snaps and breaks, right, we get a new one and we try it again. Look at that. See how that's sticking out? See how that's sticking out? You can see that that is not all the way down. That's not what your separators should look like. They should be flush with your teeth. Typically, we're putting a lot of pressure, trying to change the angle, get that thing in, and it still didn't go in. So we gotta change our angle again. There it is, now it's flush. Then sometimes if it's so tight, one of the techniques you can use if you're not using the plier is the flossing technique. Okay, the flossing technique, get some floss on one side of the separator and another piece of floss that goes through another part of the separator, and you're gonna pull it apart. And you can snap the floss usually through between the teeth, and then you pull through. In this case, I think we're just gonna be able to get it right down with the floss in between the teeth. That went a lot easier than the back one. And then what you do is pull that floss out. So in this case, we are separating around the 6-year molars, and we're putting one on the front of the 6-year molar and one on the back. So you have 2 on one side and 1, 2 on the other side. So separators, they need to be in there for a couple days usually to create space. I mean, they start creating space from the very beginning, but they need some time. So it's a couple days to a week before you get those out in order to move forward on the appliance that you've got going on. Separators can come out while you are away from the office. So be careful about, flossing in that area, or just, don't pick at it. Things that are really sticky, chewy when you eat, that could cause it to come out. Or sometimes if the contact is already light to begin with and you drop that separator in, hopefully your technician or orthodontist let you know that that was the case, and it might fall out. Do your best not to make it fall out. If it's really loose or if it falls out, you might just call your local orthodontist office and see if they want you to come in to put it back in, or sometimes you can come in the day of, put it in at the very beginning while you're working on other things, and then there still will be enough space. It might be a little bit tight. Sometimes you can still make it work. So listen, I know a thing or two about separators. So hope you enjoyed this video in case you're getting separators prior to like an expander or some space maintainer, something like that. Hopefully it helps you know that you could do it, right? It's not that big of a deal. Your teeth can still get sore, right? Your teeth can get sore just like when you get braces on, but it usually goes away pretty fast. And when I say pretty fast, I mean like a couple days. So talk to your parents, or ibuprofen, Tylenol, whatever you could take for a headache. might be appropriate. And if you're a child listening to this, don't just take medicine without talking to your parents, okay? Do not recommend that. If you're in the area, McKinney and Texas, we have offices in both locations. Come find us. We're close. We can help you with your orthodontic needs. Or if you can't come, be sure to share this with your friends so that they can come find us. And both of you can continue. Subscribe to the channel, watch our videos so that we can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. That's all I've got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.